You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Live from RayleneByrne.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Medicine for Your Spirit
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everyone. How are you all? Wow, this month has really been, as I talked about last week, a big steam clean for so many people. This whole month with the water and the fire, creating the fire, boiling the water becoming steam, and the steam energy is going into all the cracks and crevices in our life, loosening things up and bringing it to the surface. So there's a lot of change in the air. And we had another full moon coming up this weekend or early next week. Big emotional changes and releases. So if you're feeling a bit emotional, a bit edgy, a bit overwhelmed, be kind and gentle to yourself. There's a lot happening. You know, I've had people in this last week telling me they have shut down their businesses because they know that something else is coming, that's something better for them. So identities, parts of our identity is starting to dissolve. So we have more space within ourselves for the new and the more inspiring things to arrive and arise. Now, while we've got this cleanse going on within ourselves and all of humanity, we've also got some really trying times coming up. And I'm not being prophetic about this. You can feel it in the air. You can feel it in the waters, so to speak. There's some really interesting timelines presenting for everyone right now. And I know things are getting a bit tough in America, especially with, all the stuff that's going on over there. So what we need to do is to find our center. We all need to find our center. We all need to find a place where we are really connected and stable within ourselves. Most of us have been living in the last few decades from an instant gratification experience. Something's wrong and I need to fix it. Something's broken and I've got to mend it. We've got this whole thing. It's almost like it's uncomfortable to be uncomfortable. And the discomfort allows us to change and grow. So because of this instant gratification sense and belief system, we're really needing now to just pause and really be still with ourselves. Be still and hold on to the knowing and the flame that you are inside, that you have all that you need. You have all that you need to get through whatever's being presented. And one of the big things we're all going to be asked to do is stand up for what we know is true for us. So we start practicing. And this is part of this emotional clearing that we're all going through right now, and this renewal of more of who we are being brought to the surface, more space for us to tap into what else is there in me that wants to be expressed, what else is there that is needing to come through as a contribution into this new energy, new world that we are all looking at. We're right on the threshold of it. So if you're needing more help or assistance with that, please connect with me on my website, RayleneByrne.com. I do offer lots of stuff, and I'm really here to help serve and support people in this understanding of their own dynamic, their own energy, their own frequency, so they can step forward with a full sense of energy that feels a little bit insular. So things outside of you can't affect you as deeply as they have in the past. So if you would like to know more, please, send me an email, check out my website. If you can walk to places that you need to attend, whether it's, shopping centres or, clubs or whatever, the type of space you would like to be living in, what it would feel like, what you might see from your windows, what it would be like walking up to your door and putting the key in and opening it. You take about 10 to 15 minutes and you sit down and you put yourself in this energy of this, I'm ready for this next stage. I'm ready for this new environment. I'm ready for my new home. And these are the qualities and the energetics that I really want to be experiencing. And you start to write it down. And at the end, after you've written all your requirements down and the things that, and I'm talking from energetic, from a feeling, because the feeling energy is the point of attraction. It's the energy of creation. So how are you going to feel there? How do I want to feel? And at the bottom of that whole list of things, you write this or better. And then you fold it up, fold the paper up, put it between your hands. You close it to your heart and you breathe into your heart. And from your heart, you send this energy of all my creative energy, all my feelings to this next stage because I'm so ready. You just take a few breaths and send it into that, with intent, into that piece of paper with the list of everything on it. And then you go and stick that under your candle. Doesn't have to be a big candle. It can be a little tea light candle if you like. And then for the next, week or so, you light that candle every day. And every time you do that, what you're doing is you are bringing light, energy, attention, focus, and devotion to that thing that you are wanting to create, this new place I want to live in. Because it's really interesting when you put this call out into the universe with such clarity and really a big strength of feeling behind it, it's amazing what comes in. You may not be seeing what you want right now, but you could be doing this little ritual for the next week or two, or maybe 3. And in that process, in that time, something new comes on the market and it's exactly what you want. And it might even be something you're walking past one day and you're talking to someone and they go, oh yeah, this place next door is going on the market in another week's time. And you have a look at it and go, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. This is how it works. We get so stuck in our head around, I have to put all these things in place to make this happen, instead of going, this is how I want to feel in this. Because that sense of feeling becomes a language with the universe, and the universe has to answer because you're communing with it. So I can't tell you exactly where you're going to go, but I know that you can have what you want or better when you're clear.
Wonderful. Thanks for all those points.
Okay, so I hope that's helpful and good luck. I'd love to know how it all works for you.
Thank you. All right,
You're
thanks
welcome.
for the opportunity.
Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. So there we have it. I was really glad I was able to help her because, if anyone's listening, we can do this for anything. What I've just, shared with KK in Ontario, we can do this for anything and everything. What we've got to remember is the new energy, what's shifting so much around us is helping us have more feelings, connect into that feeling energy within ourselves. That's a creator force. It's a feminine energy. Feminine energy has to always go first before the masculine. And what I mean by that is the feminine energy is the inspiration, it's the intention, it's the imagination, it's the innovation. It's all the energetic stuff. And once that's brought forward, then the masculine energy can come in and create the structure and bring it into matter. But we have to have that energetic yearning, that desire, that feeling before the structure can support it. So anytime you're looking for wanting something in your life, go and look at simple rituals. It's profound because it brings our attention and our intention into that moment. And I know this for a fact. I started doing this 30-something years ago when I sold a house I was living in the bottom of Australia. And I knew what I wanted for it, and I lit my candle and I wrote the number on a piece of paper and I stuck it under that candle. I did it for 3 days. The house went on sale. We got exactly what we wanted, plus a little bit more, which meant we were able to purchase a place where I'm living now on the Sunshine Coast, which is just magic. So it works. So I'm signing off now. It's so lovely to be here. Thank you for listening. Please come and visit me at raylanebyrne.com. I have loads of stuff there. This is all about medicine for your spirit. There is nothing in the world that we cannot do that's in our blueprint when we start remembering that we are the medicine for ourselves, the medicine for our spirit.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Evenings with Kimberly, the comedian media. Live from KimberlyWagonMakers.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Evenings with Kimberly
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, it's Kimberly Wagonmakers. I'm back again with Moonstruck AR1 Radio, and I'm going to take callers because I'm not great at teaching. I love to tell about all my stories since being a very little girl, having lots of friends that I just got so used to. I mean, like when the bees followed me home and went in my attic, the gardener and the people on the street were nervous, but to me, that was just normal. And boy, do I have a story about Halloween. Something that I'm sure that young man will never forget. And I'd love to just share all these things because I know that it's just mind-blowing. And now that I'm coming out, but yeah, I want to do callers. It is hard. I don't get to see you and I have seconds to read you, but it's what I do love the most is, talking to you guys, helping others. So, but yeah, I was sharing a story with somebody last night about a particular Halloween and how a friend, gave me something and I didn't know. And I ran down the freeway at 2 a.m. And in a nutshell, I didn't want to, it's an amazing, funny story. I hopped in a car, a Porsche running down the freeway, ran right out his door, went walking down the street, saw this beautiful golden door. And I walked in it at 3 a.m. And I walked in and I went into the bedroom, crawled in bed. And in a nutshell, Spirit was protecting me. They sent me somewhere safe. But the homeowners were a bit freaked out. So it's kind of hard to share all this quickly. But I've always been protected by Spirit. They use me. They find me for other people, and it's not just mediumship or knowing, feeling, seeing. It's also healing. From a young age, I had to save everything, from the frogs to the anything, dragonflies. They would always land. I always had pools because I love water, and they would always land in my pools. And I'm like, no, it's salt. No, I gotta save you. So, yeah, it started young. Bees, but I love to save. It's something I don't disclose because I don't charge for it at the moment. And I've gotten into a lot of trouble because I've been doing that for maybe 3 years now. But I know that Spirit finds me for who needs me. And I just do. I jump to that call, whether it's mostly kids and animals. But I can't say no to those. I'd like to learn how to maybe just by donation, because I've always said there has to be an energy exchange. If I don't exchange energy in one way or another, as a shaman, my soul gets hit. And it does. So, example, last week, because it's a friend of a friend, I said, no, I don't want to charge. They were so happy. They put reviews. And then the mother actually sent me a screenshot from Deepak Chopra, and he talked about the energy exchange. And she sent me this screenshots, and she asked if she could mail me the book. And I did get it yesterday, and I wish I had it right next to me. It's actually in my bedroom. I was reading it last night, but organically, I just know there has to be an energy exchange. So when I don't do that, I think that's why I have so many moments, we'll just call them. But I'm learning, and I'm going to figure it out how to just say by donation. And that could be a gift. That could be monetary, because I don't know, for some reason, the mediumship, I don't have a problem. It took me a while to charge for that as well. I won't lie. The healing, I never wanted to do. Many mentors, many people that certified me, that work in hospitals alongside doctors, they wanted me to announce it and talk about it and do it. And I said, I don't like it. And I think I don't, because it's so hard. But I think that's because I'm not exchanging energy. I'm just going in as a fireman, rushing to the call and doing whatever's needed. In the last couple days, I had 3, and 2 kids and the doggy, all seemed to be doing really well. Very grateful. But I want updates weekly just so I can see, just that little picture I can read and I understand. And I'd say 99% of the time, I don't want to know what's wrong with the animal, the horse, the cat, the dog, the human. I just want a current selfie, because if you send me one 5 years ago, obviously it's going to shift. But I want a current selfie that I can actually look at. It takes me usually less than a minute. And then I keep looking at the chat side. I'm trying to make sure. Oh, okay. I don't see anything saying that. I am so sorry. I was rattling on. How do you look and sound great when you... Penny. Hi, Penny. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yep.
I'm so sorry I did not. I have to learn still this Skype. It's one of the new ones. And yeah. And when he told me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm so embarrassed. But hi, Penny. I'm glad you're here because I was rattling on. But I hope you had a good time listening. So Penny,
Yep.
your energy is very you're perky, happy. How can I help you?
But we are going through this, well, it was children and youth. I don't know if you know CYF, that's what we call it here, is children and youth. But they took my granddaughter from me. But now they're trying to get her hooked back up with her mom and dad. But she's got 3 other little ones that are with them. But I think it's a bad deal putting her back in with her mom and dad. And I want to see what you think. Because things aren't as what they try to put on. They're trying to make her do the parenting classes and do everything, and they're going to try to push her back in with the mom and dad.
Okay, so can I ask how? So it's one little girl that's with you, correct?
She was with me. I have a little girl. I have a granddaughter and a grandson that's with me still.
Okay. How old are they?
The little boy is 5 and the other girl's 11.
Okay. So you're concerned that how long have they been with you? I don't feel like it's... Go ahead.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said, how long have they been with you in your home, living with you?
The little boy has been with me since he was a month old, and now he's 5. And the little girl was with me at 6 months, and she's 11.
Okay, so...
But the little girl that was taken was with me. She was like a year and a half, and they took her when she was 6, and she just turned 7.
Okay, so she's already out.
Yes, she's with the aunt.
That would explain why I was just thinking one girl, because I'm like, there's only one girl that...
Yep, that they did it to, yep. And we tried to get her help and everything, and they turned it around on me, so I don't even know. I think I have a good lawsuit once I get done with everything, but I gotta wait till everything's done.
So this is a lot to cover in like 3 minutes.
Sorry,
but I'm going to do my best. No, it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to do my very best. Can I ask your name?
The little girl?
No, so you're Penny.
Oh, Penny. Yeah, mine's Penny, yeah.
What is her mother's name? It's the mother that's trying to take her, correct?
Yeah, trying to get her back. Her name is Sarah, and the dad's name is Damien, and it's a bad, bad situation.
Ooh, this is a hard one. This touches a really sensitive spot in me because I went through something like it as a child, and I wish that I wouldn't have been taken. But I will say that the laws today are a lot more organized in what they're doing. And Penny, you have done a really fabulous job with these children. A really good job. And they all got
problems.
Huh?
They all have problems too.
Of course. I mean, I feel like they grew up, the other home had drugs involved. So that's never easy on children. But it's not to say that people can't turn their lives around. I mean, typically a zebra doesn't change their stripes. Usually I say when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. But, and you've done a fabulous job. You're giving your whole heart and soul to these kids. And even if they get some kind of short custody where it's like weekly or visitations, you're going to
They don't even do it. They didn't even do it.
say
We
that
were supposed
again.
to do mediation and everything. They did nothing.
Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is I want to encourage you to fight. And I want to encourage you to ask your spirit guides, because we all have them, and they don't intervene without your communication.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Maria Leggett's Medium Show with Maria Leggett. Live from MariaLeggett.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Maria Leggett's Medium Show
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Reverend Maria Leggett, and I'm coming to you from Dayton, Ohio, and I am super excited to be on here, as I am every Wednesday. I don't know how you guys are experiencing this energy, but, you know, with Jupiter in retrograde, there's been lots of emotions going on, lots of things happening. And so I am just trying to find my inner peace and go within and just find all the things that I need to find to let go of. If for any reason you would like to receive a daily card, you can join me on Instagram or on Facebook at Maria Leggett Medium. And I post a daily card on there. And if you join my email list at marialeggett.com, you will be able to receive an Energy of the Week email on Sunday evening. Sometimes it comes out on Monday, but generally on Sunday evening. And that way you'll be able to have information for the energy that's coming up for the week. And the daily cards just help you to kind of understand the information and the stuff that we're going through that day. And I release it at 6 a.m. Eastern. And so whatever time zone you're in, that's when you'll be able to access that information. So I am super happy to be on here with everybody. On my website today, I did a private reading that wasn't listed on my site, and I had a lot of fun doing it. It was an Akashic record reading, and it's one of those things that Spirit has asked me to start doing and to start working on, and it's something that I know I'm going to start working with. So watch my website. Go to marialeggett.com, MariaLeggett, and click on Book with Me, and you'll be able to see how you can schedule a reading. And I'm going to have the Akashic record reading up there, and it's going to be a 45 or 60-minute reading. I'm not sure, whatever Spirit wants me to do. So I cannot wait to start doing those. I had such an amazing experience tonight doing these Akashic record readings. And, you know, there's so much information for us listed up in the Akashic records. It is a beautiful place for us. You know, we carry our energy with us every moment of every day. So no matter where we go, no matter what we do, we are carrying our Akashic records with us. And it doesn't matter if it is this lifetime, if it is a prior lifetime, or a lifetime that is yet to come. And so those records are available to us at any point in time. And I can't wait to be able to work with everybody on that. So, all right, we have a caller, Lawrence in Tampa. Hello, Lawrence. How are you this evening?
Hello, good, thank you.
What can I do for you this evening?
So, it's my first time with you, so I don't know exactly how this works. I have a question about my relationship with my husband, because I have the feeling that he's cheating on me, but I don't have any proof, any say no, so I would like to know more a little bit about
Okay, so this is a relationship with your partner or your husband?
Yes, my husband.
Okay. Okay. All right, Lawrence, no problem. So I'm going to say my prayer and we'll hop right into it. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Mother, Father God, thank you very much for this moment in time. Thank you for allowing me to be of service to Lawrence today. As we open the door to communication with the great I am presence, we know that all words spoken will be with your wisdom, truth, love, and understanding in the highest. In this moment, we ask for the veil to be lifted and any crossover loved one, ancestor, spirit guide, spirit animal, please come through with messages for Lawrence in their highest good about their relationship. Amen. So Lawrence, what they're showing me is there's, I want to talk about like unaccounted time, where there are times where you can't get a hold of your husband. There are times when they're not accessible to you. And this is part of what is causing doubt in your mind that they are not being faithful to you. Do you understand this?
Mm-hmm.
And what Spirit is showing me is that you question, and they're showing me that there's also some dissension or discomfort in the relationship, and it's not just about trust. It's like there's just an uncomfortableness between the two of us. I'm not happy with some things, they're not happy with some things, and Spirit is showing this to me as though anything can be worked through, but we have to be willing to sit down and be open and honest with the person about how we're feeling, even if they're not going to be open and honest, because at least you know that you came from it, a very honest point of being able to sit with them and say, hey, listen, I'm feeling this way and this is what's happening. And you can be vulnerable in those places. But Spirit is showing it to me as though you're afraid to be vulnerable because you've been hurt before. And some of that hurt from previous relationships have carried into this. Do you understand this?
Yes, I understand that.
And so Spirit wants you to begin working on healing the trauma from your prior relationships, because that's going to be able to help you to show up more comfortable in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And Spirit is showing it to me as though what you're working through now with your spouse, there's nothing that you cannot get through, but that you both have to be willing to address these issues head on. And the easiest way to do is for you to recognize that there are times when you are feeling anxiety in your chest over, I don't know where they're at, I don't know what they're doing, because your mind immediately is going back to, this is what this other person did to me, and now I don't trust them. Does that make sense?
Yes, but we are sitting down and we spoke about that, but I really have this feeling that he's cheating on me. I know I have somebody in my mind, but he keeps saying no. It's just a friend that he needs to speak with her. So I don't know.
Yeah. And so this is, the beauty of Spirit is we each and every one have our own intuition. We know things just because we know them, and we don't always know why we know them. And so when this is happening, this is Spirit's way of talking to you. So if you already have this suspicion, then you may want to start asking those questions, because it's more important for you to trust yourself and what's happening with you. And I can see certain things and I can tell you certain things, but there's free will. And so, and by free will, I mean, you can say that, okay, he's not, but if he is, then that's his free will. And so at this point, you have to be able to trust what you're feeling and say, okay, we need to get this out in the open. And then you need to decide, do I want to work on this? Is this something that I want to do, continue going forward? And the only way that you can do that is to have that conversation, especially since you said you've already had that conversation. Now you can go through the process of confirming, yes, this is happening. And then you can look at how you handle it going forward. But it's going to be really important for you to work on the trauma before this relationship, because if you don't, then this is going to continue happening as a pattern in your life, because Spirit is bringing these things up to you for you to heal them so that you can learn to begin to trust yourself again and trusting other people, because they're showing me that you feel very unsafe in the world sometimes. Do you understand this?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
And So it's going to be really important for you to begin to feel comfortable and feel safe. And that's when you can start to trust, and you don't have to question, listen, you said you were going to go to the grocery store and it's been 2 hours. Where are you? And you can just know that you'll be able to trust your partner and have a comfortable feeling with them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But you don't, you don't see anything or what?
I'm sorry?
What can you see on your side?
What I can see is that so what Spirit is showing me is a closed door. And that closed door to me is saying very specifically, there are things I do not want you to see, things that I do not want you to know. And I cannot ethically go in and check on his energy because you're asking for the reading. If he were to say, hey, listen, you can tell my wife anything you want to know about me, then I would be able to tell you that. What I can tell you is Spirit is very clearly showing me that there are doors and there are things that are being kept from you so that you don't know them. And you have to decide if you are willing to open that door and see what's behind it to be able to work through it and figure out how you want to move forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. This is good. Spirit is showing it to me as though you've already tried to start doing your own kind of research. So I don't know because they're showing me like doing laundry and going through pockets and checking clothing for smells and things like that. So if you're doing these kind of things, you definitely want to be able to sit down and have that conversation.
No, I don't, because she's not in this conversation.
Oh, okay. Got you. So it's definitely, do your research. And if you know for a fact, then you can sit them down and say, here's what I'm feeling, here's what I'm experiencing, and I need to get this out in the open so that we can figure it out and either, work through the issues, or then you have to decide how you want to move forward in the relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we did that already.
Yeah. So if you guys have already done that and these closed doors are still there, then you definitely have some decisions that you're going to want to make.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oh, I am so happy to have had all of you on here this evening. I am grateful for the show, grateful to be able to be with each of you. If you like Oracle cards, you can head over to my online temple, which is Temple of the Sacred Circle. And in there, I am selling my online, it's a downloadable chakra card set. And so we have all 7 chakras, and then we have 7 that are all 7 chakras together. So there are 49 cards. It's a beautiful downloadable file, and it's only $10 US. So you can download this, print it, and then I show you exactly how you can laminate it, and you'll be able to pull these cards for yourself every single day. This is going to help you be able to recognize what chakra do I need to work on, what information is important for me to know today, so that you can begin stepping into working with your own spirit team. And if you would like, on this same site, templeofthesacredcircle.org, I have a free Practice Your Intuition course that you can do with me. It's a live coaching session. It is on the first Tuesday of every month. And then we have a mediumship development circle. It's called Developing Your Intuition, on the second Tuesday of every month. And that is $33 US. I would love to see all of you in there practicing, meeting you, and teaching you how to meet your spirit team. Thank you so much to all of you for being here with me. I am so grateful. I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of your day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. Namaste. Have a good one.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Soul Tea with Marie, with Antoinette Marie. Antoinette Marie. Live from AntoinetteMarie.net.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul Tea with Marie
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my show, Soul Tea with Marie. I have a special guest tonight, Susan. She'll be on in just a moment, but of course, I just want to say my website, if anybody wants a reading for intuitive or for mediumship reading, it's at AntoinetteMarie.net. And of course, you can find me at Instagram, Soul Tea with Marie, Facebook. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me. And I have workshops coming up in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania on the afterlife and what happens when we get to the other side. So, but enough about me. I want to introduce my very good friend, Susan. She does crystallography, and she's going to explain everything about that. So, hi, Susan.
Hello.
Or Susie. I like to call her Susie. Susan's so proper. But this is Susie, and she had her spiritual, well, I want to say you had your spiritual awakening quite a while ago, if you haven't always pretty much been awakened. I want to get into the crystallography and what you do, and my friend is also a singer, so it goes along with the crystallography, but I want to talk about your spiritual awakening first, and then we'll move into crystallography. So how did you come about being aware of what was around you and your sixth sense?
Well, I think as a child, I first remember feeling really connected to the elements, just dancing by the ocean. My grandparents had a cottage by the ocean. And I remember listening to the ocean like it was the first symphony to me. And I would sit at the piano and feel like I was writing something amazing. I'm not sure what it sounded like, but so I always kind of felt very tuned into nature and just the idea of flow, and training as a young ballet dancer also made me very aware of sort of the idea of entrainment, like being aware of energy and moving with other people in space. But I would say about the 17, I started meditating. I started listening to music in the space of what is the message that's being delivered, and thinking about music as vibration and music as healing. And I started to study martial arts and a little bit of Qigong, and that started to inform a lot of the movement work I was doing. So I would say early on, and then the age of 17 really was the beginning.
I've heard your music for years now. For those who don't know, people that are watching, Susie, not only does she sing, she also writes her own music. She plays guitar. She plays the piano. She does it all. And what I have found with your music, it's almost as though you're channeling healing into your music, or you're channeling the words, and the frequency at which you sing. It's very angelic almost. It's as though the sounds and the words are coming from your higher self, and it's coming down into the earth realm, we'll say. And then it comes out of your mouth and you sing it, and it's beautiful. Would you agree, or what do you think?
Well, that is very kind of you. I I sang a little bit as a kid in chorus, but I actually started dreaming that people were bringing me guitars at about the age of 19. And, it would be like Jewel or like Steven Tyler, or it could be like Tori Amos and I were flying around or whoever it was. And I found a guitar in my sister's attic at the age of 19. And by the end of that night, I had already written a song. And I remember going to my first open mic, not even knowing how to play a chord on a guitar. And when I got up on stage, I felt the room. I felt everyone in the room. And even from that moment, it didn't feel like it was about me. I wanted to be singing what the room needed. And music has always felt that way to me, that the songs feel like sometimes they're delivered. They usually come quickly. And I'm fascinated with a line of melody and the undercurrent of frequency that carries that line, and how you can record something and then people can hear it months and years later and still feel the vibration of emotion in that music and still feel spiritually connected. And I just am eternally fascinated and in love with that process. And yeah, I mean, it often feels like it's coming from somewhere else. But a lot of what I'm singing now is, what I would say is, just like normal folk songs, or I don't really know what style I would even classify myself as. Sometimes my voice is very bluesy, sometimes my voice is angelic. Like, I'm not sure day to day, but
well, I think spirit actually leads your voice or leads the music into where you're going. I want to talk about the crystallography in just a moment, but you touched on something that I don't think a lot of people talk about, but it happens to a lot of people. It's almost a taboo subject. We can channel people, or we can. So as a medium, I talk to people on the other side. I talk to loved ones, our family, friends. And then as a channeler, I also channel celebrities. They come through, they have a message that needs to be said. And then they also come in dreams. And you had said you dreamed with Jewel or Steven Tyler. And I just want to talk about that. Just talk about it for a moment. I know it's like, oh, should we really talk about that? But we're going to, because people need to hear it. When I was younger, Madonna used to come to me in a dream, and she would be, I think usually all in black, but we would go up like a hill, and there would be a bench at the top of the hill, and we would sit down. This was the dream. This is the whole dream. And she would say, "Okay, Antoinette, so where are you in your life? These are the goals that you wanted to get done, and you're not reaching them yet, or you have so much time." And so this went on and went on and went on. She used to come to me quite a few, and that would be the dream. We just meet at the bench, and she'd ask me about my life and if I was reaching the goals. And then the last dream, she said, some of these things you wanted to do, you're running out of time, and I wrote a song about it, about only having a few minutes left. And when you hear that song, it's going to resonate with you, and you're going to know your time is running out. And sure enough, she came out with the song 4 minutes. And I was like, oh no. And I never ended up going down that road that I wanted to go down. I ended up going down a different road. But I 100% believe that Jewel came to you and Steven came to you. And I mean, what did they say to you?
They told me that I was from their planet. They would say to me, you're one of us. And I feel very silly saying that, but I think, Jewel is incredible because she is so herself. She is so in her spirit, and she is so connected to where she grew up and to nature. And if you read her poetry early on, I mean, she just was so connected to the earth magic, the elementals, the water, the mountains, the earth of where she grew up, and she still is. And she was one of the first people that came to me yeah, she just said, you're one of us. And she handed me the guitar and she said, you're from our planet or something like kooky like that. But I oftentimes have dreams like that, like you, as you know. And Madonna was actually on a vision board of mine in 2001. I actually ended up working for her maybe 5 years later. So, I mean, I think that these people, I think of them as almost like, it sounds silly, but almost like modern day angels, because we hear their music again. We hear the frequency that they're out. Their frequency is out there, and then I feel like that frequency can reach us at different times.
Absolutely.
Like dream, or like when you hear a song in the radio. I really feel like spirit delivers music at certain times, and I try to believe that if you are in your soul and you really are here to connect with people, for me through music or whatever, that then whatever you want to say, angels or spirit will then carry that to people when they need to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree with that. And I think that the music brings healing. Even, I mean, Madonna did dance music, and you could say, oh, that wasn't the soulsy, bluesy like Bob Dylan. It didn't move you, but I think it moves certain people. Everybody hears a frequency in a different way, and every soul, every person needs a different type of. I'm just going to go with the music, but it could be books, it could be anything. Everybody resonates differently with something different. So sure, it could be Madonna, it could be Bob Dylan, it could be Jewel. I believe that we're all from different planets, and yeah, if she said you're from her planet, she's probably talking about the musical planet. I know. Susie's over here like, hold on, this is not what we agreed to talk about. You're totally outing me right now. But I think this is important, because there are people that are going to watch this and they've had all these experiences and they think they're crazy, but they're not. I think that we're all connected as one. And
music trans time. Music makes its own time.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about crystallography. What is it?
So there's an incredible goddess of water, and this woman, Vita Austin, who I found maybe under a year ago. She's doing some incredible work with water, and where she's crystallizing the water. And similar to Dr. Masaru Emoto, who measured crystallography through, Bach or Beethoven, or even a thought or sending an emotion to the water, and they would measure the crystals that formed. Vita is carrying on work like that, but she figured out a way to do this that you didn't need a fancy lab. You didn't need, certain temperature control or whatever. And I found her. And the moment I found her, I knew that I was supposed to sing my songs into the water. It was like my soul was like, you need to sing your songs into the water. And the thought was, we are made largely of water. And I wanted to record a record or EP that would be the most healing for the planet at this time. So I was thinking, if I sing these songs into the water, maybe I'll be able to see which songs create the most extraordinary crystals, and maybe those will be the songs that I choose to put on a record. So there's a song called We Are Instruments that I had written maybe 6 or 7 years ago, and I sang this song to this little dish of water in this hotel when I was in between moving, and I froze the water. And when I took the water out of the freezer, I had sung this line, which was, we are instruments, we are not machines, we're made of nature, the stars and the trees. And this beautiful tree formed in the water. And I'm sitting out by myself, and I'm like, that's a tree. And there's a butterfly, and there's like an angel person tree. And I was really overtired, and I was just kind of like, okay. but my soul, on the other hand, was like, yes, there's the tree. And so from that point forward, I have been continuously getting images, and it's been one of the most extraordinary things I've ever seen. It's like what we know about the power of the word, the power of our intention, the power of frequency, all of these things that musicians know in their heart is what I'm seeing in the water. It's almost like the water is sculpting what I'm singing about, and it's doing it in its own way. And I'm just collaborating with the water. It's like, it's tricky to explain.
It's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. So take us step by step of what you do. So what type of dish? What do you mean? Is it clear? Is it colored? What?
Well, Vita teaches a course. So if people are really interested, they should check out Vita Austin as well. But I basically, you're singing into like a little dish of, like a glass dish of water. And
so it's a clear glass dish.
And if people see my crystallography, they'll see the water in the dish. And she teaches you, how much water to put in there and how to do it. I think it's both sort of an intuitive thing for me about when to go get this dish of water. And also the biggest thing is that remaining open, because there's a lot of times where there's been an image that is formed and I didn't see it right away, but I, took a photo of it. And like, even the next morning, I'm looking at it and going, oh, there's the shape of an angel, or there's this very relevant story that had to do with the song I was. And so basically I'm connecting with the water, and sometimes, I mean, it depends on what I'm singing. The other night I was singing something that had to do with aligning to the light, and so I was moving in ways to influence the water as well. And
So did you add dance to it?
I kind of did. Like,
that's awesome.
From a dance, but I mean, the idea of divine flow and flow is like, has been through my whole life. And there's actually Isadora Duncan, who I call my sort of passed away mentor, used to say something like light waves, sound waves, wave waves, it's all the same. And she was very into the ocean as well. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm just with the water and sort of praying in song to the water, and then you just let the water do its thing, because as Vita says that water is not a resource, it is source, which I think is one of the most powerful statements. And so I can't control what forms, I'm just think that since I've started doing this work, it's really made me remember, collaborate with other humans is the same way. I mean, you can't control what happens, but if you're both out of the way, that's when the magic happens.
Absolutely. You're right. I like that water is source, because we are. Aren't we 80% water?
I think more than that, actually. I don't know what the exact number is. There's varying, opinions on that, but we are largely made of water. And you think about it, when you are very happy or you're very sad and you cry salt and water. I've always been fascinated with this. And so it's like, we are water. Or I think about, like, when you look in a puddle reflects you. A puddle will reflect the sky. So the fact that the water is, forming these expressions of what I'm singing about, it makes sense, And so the idea is that live water constantly updates, but when water crystallizes, it holds that frequency. So if I'm holding the line, it's holding that frequency with
You have me thinking about grief and sadness, and we cry, especially when we're grieving.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me think, is that a frequency that we're holding? And then we release it with water.
Sure. Everything is frequency, I think. I think emotions have frequency. I think that everything is frequency.
No, I agree with you. Everything is frequency. We, we live in the matrix. I want to go back just so that if anybody wants to do this crystallography at home, so that they know how to do it. So you take this glass bowl.
They should do, if they really are interested in crystallography, I'm sorry to interrupt you, is they should probably find Vita Austin.
Sure. But let's say they don't. If they just want to do it at home, they have the crystal bowl. And then I just want to know what you do. So you're at home with your crystal bowl and you put a little bit of water in there and then you sing into it. Correct?
I am meditating and merging my energy with it. But she is really the goddess that created this method. I just knew that when I met her, for me personally, what I felt that I was supposed to do was to see what the effect of music would have. But other people do other things. Other people may put a word with it. If you look at Vita's work, you can see she's done an extraordinary amount of work. She will expose the water to different things and see what forms crystal-wise in the crystallography.
So you can do, I'm trying to think about what you said there. So you sing, and then you said you put some dance into that, and you also meditate, but some people also do words, so they just talk.
Some people will just put a word with the water. Some people will, I think everyone has a very individual relationship with it and a feeling of what they want to experience. So some people are using it for healing. Some people are, just placing a word with it. I don't know what everyone's doing, but she's on Instagram and she has a whole website and everything for what she's doing. She's found similar patterns between multiple people with the same words, even similar crystallization has been formed. Yeah. So, it's incredibly fascinating. For me personally, I just felt like music was what I wanted to do. And I'm in the process of putting together an EP called We Are Instruments. And it's basically about the fact that we're conscious and that we are vibration and that our words are powerful and that we are frequency and we are divine and we are human. And when I met her, I felt that particular song was so resonant with the work that she was doing. Felt like I just met a member of the soul family, and what was my contribution, basically.
With your EP, are you in the song, are you going to add any of your crystal images with it?
Well, I have multiple songs now. There's so many of them. I've written a lot of songs and a lot of them are producing crystallography. And the crystallography always happens. It's just a matter of how clear it is, or, if it's abstract or it's a picture. But I have multiple songs that I have crystals for, and I want to present the songs and then show the crystallography that it formed with the songs.
And I would imagine that putting them together, that there's almost a certain type of healing that comes with that.
It does. I mean, for me, honestly, I have felt like, what do I have to what do I have to give in terms of music, and what do I have to contribute? And I can't even, it's making me like verklempt, because I mean, I literally have been like, should I do music? Like, is this what I should do? And then it's, like almost asking the why, and then it's showing me these incredible things. So I'm like, okay. So, I mean, it is very healing. And my hope is that, some people may see the images and feel healing from the images. Some people may hear the song and feel healing from the song, or both. And when I used to be a dancer, we had this concept of, if you were to see the movement or you were to hear the music, that you would feel the same way. Because I started writing music with my dancers and choreographing. So it's the same feeling of, whether someone sees the crystals or they hear the song, or both. I imagine, like, if a song could make a crystal like that, what does that song do when it's sung to another human? What does it do to the water in their body?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of my thought, of hopefully them being healing.
So if someone wants to see the crystallography that you've produced, where would we go see that? And then if the person that you said we should really check out, who is the originator, what are those two?
So Beta Austin is the person who I found. She's on Instagram. I think she's got a whole website if you look her up. And Dr. Emoto did work about this years ago. I mean, you can probably find him anywhere as well. I am at right now just at the Susan Chamberlain on Instagram. I'm still working on putting a site together, and but that's really where I'm kind of, putting out some of these images, and also posting some of my music as I'm writing it and as I'm putting together this We Are Instruments.
Right. That is awesome. Well, thank you, Susie, for being on my show. We're almost out of time.
Okay.
But for anyone that wants to check her crystallography out, please go to her website, or to her Instagram, but also her music as well. Is your song on there? We Are Instruments. Can they find that?
We Are Instruments is on there. The tree that formed is on the top of my Instagram, and there's pieces of We Are Instruments. I'm working on, putting some orchestrals and different instruments into We Are Instruments. But I try to remain as raw as possible and just show like what I actually sang to the water.
Thank you, Susie. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Yes. Namaste.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Larkin Psychic Medium with Larkin. Live from larkinsreadings.wixsite.com/website.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Larkin Psychic Reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Awesome. Fantastic. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited for this debut program tonight on Psychic Air. I thought this evening I would tell you guys a little bit about me and what we're going to talk about during this show each week, and even more about you and your own abilities to connect to the other side, to follow your intuition, to touch base with your loved ones, your animals, your family members that have crossed over, to find out who your angels and spirit guides are, to overcome stress and anxiety by learning to listen to your guides and your inner voice. I'm going to be answering all sorts of questions that have to do with before life, after life, the fact that there really is no death, we just transform. I'm going to take all of your questions having anything to do with anything metaphysical. So this is going to be a really fun time for us to share. And chances are the questions that you have, other people have as well. So tonight we're just going to start out with that intro. I want to give you all an idea of what you can do, how powerful you are, and what you can do to awaken these abilities within yourself. And not only that, why science and spirituality are actually not mutually exclusive. We're going to talk about that too, and how you can seek validation for the metaphysical experiences that you have and that you want to have. All right. So first of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in this evening. You'll notice I am actually standing in a barn tonight. I'm also an animal communicator. And I actually spent my afternoon doing animal readings for people and for animals. So it's only fitting this evening I'm actually at the barn with my horses. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. I want to let you guys know a little bit about myself. I am a lifelong intuitive psychic medium. I am an animal communicator and a channel. And I work with angels, spirit guides, those who have crossed over, those which we like to call ghosts, but there actually isn't really such a thing as ghosts. We will also have an episode that focuses totally on what ghosts are and how they appear to us and what we can do about them. So you can get your questions ready for that as well. And here actually at the barn where I am, we have actually seen apparitions and spirits on this old property, as well as the wonderful animals that are here present. So at some point, I'll do a special episode for you guys on that as well. But here's the cool thing. All of these things that those of us that come to you with these programs can offer you, all of these things I share that I have done my whole life, you actually have the ability to do as well. And not everybody may have the same gifts and abilities, but if you focus on the strengths that you start with, that are most natural and innate to you, you can actually expand, and you'll find that you have actually more intuitive abilities than you may believe. Believe it or not, intuition is the foundation for all psychic abilities. So if you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I'm not a medium, I'm not a psychic, I don't know how to talk to animals, but I am pretty intuitive. Well, then you're well on your way to whatever innate abilities you actually can expound on. So that's what this show is going to be about. This program is going to be about empowering you, giving you ways that you can validate the information. So for example, you think, oh gosh, my dog just passed away and I feel like I haven't heard from him. Or my grandmother just passed away and I was hoping I'd hear from her, but I haven't seen any signs from her. Well, the truth is that your loved ones, including your pets, do all try to reach you. They try to get through to you all the time. But the more you focus on it, the more you ask for signs and learn to recognize their presence, the more powerful their presence can become in your life. So what I encourage people to do is really look for validation in your everyday life. So I'm going to give you a couple tips so you all can get started on that this week if you want to. One of the things you can do, for example, this is exactly the example I did with my grandmother, even though she comes through and I talk to her all the time. If I want validation, I'll say something like, okay, Grandma, if you're really there, Nana, show me the numbers of your birthday. Show me organs, because she used to play the organ and the piano. Give me your name. Show me your name, because she had a very unique name. And sure enough, usually within 3 days or less, I will start seeing her unusual name pop up everywhere. I will see the numbers to her birthday, and I will see or hear organs, which is kind of cool because, organ music isn't necessarily a common thing. So if you want to test this out for yourself, what you want to do is find those things that your pet or your loved one associated with, or that you relate to them, and ask them for some of those specific signs. Okay. If you don't know what signs you want to ask for, just say, send me something specific. Make sure it hits me in the head. Keep repeating it. Make sure it's real clear, because I might not get it. Believe me, your loved ones, your pets and animals that you have loved that have crossed over, they hear everything you say. They know what you're thinking. They know what pain you're going through. They know what you're feeling. And this is not an invasion of your privacy. We'll cover that in another episode as well. They don't ever invade your private space or your private thoughts, but they can see things and sense things that we can't. So although it may be difficult for us to feel them on the upside and see them and hear them and smell them, or maybe it's not for you, it's very easy for them. Okay, they can always keep an eye on you and look after you. So if you have messages that you want to send to them, if you want them to know that you love them, that you're missing them, that you need their help, they are there. As soon as you think of them, they're present with you and they're trying to get through. So one of the things I want to really leave you and comfort you with this evening is the fact that just because your human senses are not to pick up on their presence, it doesn't mean they're not there. And that's really the start of your journey if you're having trouble sensing or picking up on your loved ones. Okay. The other question I get a lot, and we will cover this in its own episode, is, do animals have souls? When they cross over, can they connect to us? Are they in heaven? Are they in an afterlife with our human loved ones? And the answer is yes, absolutely. They are souls. Everything is energy. All energy is conscious. And they have had a life with a mission, with a purpose, with connections they were supposed to make in this lifetime. And so when they cross over, they also want you to know, hey, they haven't gone anywhere. My form is transformed, but I am still present with you, just in a different dimension, in a different form. And so just like your human counterparts, they try to get through to you. You might feel a soft fur brush against your leg and think that you're making it up. You might hear their bark or smell their wet fur. You might think you see little paw prints or hear them walking across your floor. Okay. If you're unsure, if your cognitive mind is questioning these things, what you want to do is ask them for validation, and they will repeat it. So one of the things that is proof to you of your loved ones trying to get through is that signs are repeated, guys. They are repeated. So when you're getting messages from spirit, whether it be your angels or your spirit guides or your loved ones that have crossed over, they will repeat these messages for you. And they might try a little harder, but they will find a way to get through if you're open and if you're not trying too hard. You just want to be open, right? And allow it to be. So I want you guys to get your questions ready this week, jot them down. And next week, we will start taking questions from people. We'll get into this a little more in depth. But for this week, I just encourage you to know that there is life before and after this one. Your loved ones are always with you on the other side. And you can talk to them, keep connecting with them, and ask them for validation, because they are certainly trying to get through to you. We only have about 25 seconds left. So I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. It was an honor to have you all listening from wherever you are in the world. I'm totally honored to be a new member here on Psychic Air. And I look forward to all of your questions. We're going to have a fun journey together. So I know I just got a few seconds left, so I wanted to round this up before we get cut off. But thank you guys all again so much for tuning in, and stay in touch with your loved ones.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, my favorite radio station. I am Suzanne, and I'm here to do a reading. I hope I get a really good caller tonight. How is everyone doing? It is now September, and we are having 7 planets that are retrograde. So I hope that everyone has their seatbelt on and really doing well, dealing with all the transformations and changes that are going on now. I am available for private readings at PsychicPaths.com. That's my website. And you can also find me on Facebook and X, I guess it's called now, and Instagram and TikTok. So I'm all on those if you would like to contact me, and just email me a message. Please read all my reviews. So I am in Minnesota, and it's just finally gotten over the heat. So it feels really good to be here. And yeah, it's really good. So I am very, very interested in kindness and love. I think that love is the answer. And I think that God is love and love is action. So let's try to be loving and kind to one another. I really base my whole theme of what I do as service to others for loving one another. There's no need to be unkind. There's no excuse to be unkind. Love is the answer, and love will always be the answer. It's sometimes very hard to do, but necessary if we're going to survive whatever this world gives us. So, with that being said, I just want everyone to be okay and doing well for September. This is a whole new month, and I hope everyone is excited. We've got Lindy in Cumberland Waters. Hello.
Hello?
I love
Hello?
your name. How are you?
Oh, did you? Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. What can I help with tonight?
Oh, sorry, a reference. Just moving, and just anything that you can get on that.
Okay, hang on a second. Let me see what Spirit has to say. So what the Spirit is trying to say is, there's a lot of movement in your life. Are you feeling a lot of things going on? And some of that is not you. Some of that has nothing to do with what you want. It's just a lot of movement going on. Is there a lot of change going on?
Yeah. I found a person I like. Is that I'm wondering whether that's the one for me.
It just feels like there's a lot of movement, and I think that you're in the middle of it. It's not just started. You're right in the middle of it, and it's asking you to adjust and adapt and to make your own decisions in your own way with all these changes going on. It feels like you're in the middle of it, not the end of it, not the beginning of it. Um,
Oh, okay.
and I feel like it's exhausting for you. Whatever's going on is exhausting.
Yeah.
Just remember that you are loved from the other side and you are protected.
Yeah.
And whatever is going on right now, it is in your best interest, even if it doesn't feel like it. Something good is at the end of this.
I do deep down feel that.
Good.
Yeah, because I've made a move and I've sort of left my job. So I don't know, do you see anything for work for me up here?
Hang on, let me see. I do feel like very soon you will have another job. And I feel like even though you're exhausted, you're trying.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel the exhaustion.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Do you feel it's with animals, my job?
Is that what you're doing? I see something big and square, but I didn't know what that was. Does that have something to do with animals? I bet
I
it
don't
does.
know. I don't know.
A carrier? Would you have something to do with a carrier? Because I
What's the
see
carrier?
where you
Maybe,
put animals in.
Oh. No, just would be home care.
Okay. I feel like whatever it is, you're gonna love it. That
good.
seems to be part of the change. Whatever you're doing, you're going to like it.
I'm feeling a little bit isolated at the moment. Do you feel like I'm going to draw my tribe to me somehow? And how do I do that? Because I've made a move away from my whole life kind of thing.
What you could do is, if you have Facebook, do you have Facebook?
Yeah, I do.
Go on the community page and see if there's a community page.
Yeah, I have done that. Yeah. Yeah,
Good.
I've
Connect
just done
with
that. I
them and
thought that might be a good start.
even just, I've seen on my community page, does anyone want to have a cup of coffee with me? And, they usually get like 20 to 30 answers. Yes, where are you?
Yeah.
I think think this move was necessary, and I think it
Yeah.
was healthy. You've chosen to do something healthy for yourself. And I think only good
Yeah.
things are going to happen. I don't feel like you can hear this and feel this yet, but it's all going to be
Yeah.
positive. It just
That's
feels like
absolutely.
I think it's the Eight of Wands that makes really swift decisions on movement. I feel like you were blown away by everything going on or needing to go on.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're really
Do you
going to
feel
be
like,
blessed.
yeah, okay.
What were you
Do,
what
do
were you
you
going to
feel like
say?
I'll move into my own home soon? Do you feel like I'll move into my own home soon?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah, I just wondered if it's the one that I've got my eye on at the moment that I'm going to look at on the weekend.
does it have white on it?
Yeah, it's white.
Okay. And I see two men going to help you. I see two men going to
Oh,
help
okay.
you. I don't know who they are,
Move.
but I seen two men
Okay.
help you. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
dream come true.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah,
It's a place that doesn't have much of land to look after. Is that the one that doesn't have land? Really, not much land. Like a double-story white
it feels like it's very
weatherboarding
light.
kind of house.
It's
Yeah.
very light on the inside. Have you seen the inside? Because it feels really light.
Yeah, I
Didn't it?
have. Yeah, I have been inside. It's got floorboards and um, yeah,
I
it's
feel
kind of
like
nice inside.
it feels like you're going to get what you want, and it feels like this will stop. I feel like this movement and this change and all these transformations are going to be done around the end of October. I feel like you're going to be
Okay.
settled by the
Oh,
end of October, and you will be on
oh,
a more
okay. This one
solid
is
ground.
actually the settlement is like the 3rd of November. Sorry.
Let's see.
Okay.
It feels like maybe it's the beginning of all that settling in October then. It feels like everything gets settled in October. So if you're looking at a settlement in
Okay.
November, at the beginning of November, maybe everything is just planned out on time and date and place in October. You know, like come on down
Yeah.
and
Okay.
sign, or come on down and get the money,
Well, I
or,
think
you
that
know,
yeah. Well, this one I'll probably have to. The money I have, this one to sort of if it's this one that I'm thinking of going for on the weekend, I'll probably have to make an offer this weekend.
okay. I still feel like you're in the middle of everything. And I feel like the end is October. I feel like by the
Okay.
middle of October, you should know everything clearly. Everything will be
Okay.
in view. Um, so
Okay.
you don't,
That's
I
not long.
want you to know that all this transformation is temporary. And please remember that.
Yeah.
And um,
Yeah.
you're in a good place to get the things that you want.
Yeah. This one's near one of
Absolutely.
my daughters, like really quite close to my daughters. That what you say? That I live close to one of my daughters?
I see a daughter that is close. Has she got a funny kind of personality? Because I feel like she's really upbeat.
Oh, okay.
She's,
Yeah,
I
maybe.
see her being silly, a little bit silly. Maybe
Oh,
she's
yeah, she can be
happy,
too.
but I
Yeah,
feel like
not
yes.
that happy at the
And then
moment, but hopefully.
um, she's going through her own transitions too right now, and that's her
Yes, yes,
temporary. But I feel like she's going to be
yes,
happy relatively soon, right along with you. Because when I see you in front of the house,
yeah.
she's being happy and silly. So I think it's
Oh,
going
good.
to
And
be good for both
working
of you.
together?
Yes,
Yeah. Do you think that we might work together?
I do. I think that she's right along with you, wanting to deal with animals, wanting to work with animals.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wondered if this place I'm looking at is suitable for that.
It's a very good energy in there, and I think you'll do well.
Yeah.
I think you're going to do okay.
Thank you.
Just remember this transition is temporary. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a very good day.
Sorry?
And thank you for calling. I appreciate your call.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. It's helpful. So I'm taking from that I probably will go for this house.
Yes. Thank you so much, and please have a good week.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit and A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. I'm your host, Mary. While I'm waiting for a caller, I just thought I would talk to you a little bit about the difference between Akashic Records and hypnosis and going into past life regression. I've been doing quite a few of those lately, and people are always asking me the difference and which one would be more suitable for them. With Akashic Records, the reader will look into your Akashic Record book and give you the information that you need, a little bit like if you're getting a reading. And when you do hypnosis and you go into various past lives, you will get to experience the past life yourself. So you'll be like a witness to that life. And it's like standing within that life. Nobody can see you, but you can observe and watch everything. You see yourself. You might recognize the people that you see as being somebody in your life today. And it's really good when you're trying to work out issues. It's good for problems within relationships. I had a woman once come to me and she said, my daughter hates me. I've never done anything to her, but she hates me. I don't know why. And so, past life hypnosis is good for situations like that, or fears. So, if you are struggling with something and you can't work out what it is and why, it's a good idea. Go and speak to somebody who does things like that and just see, depending on what your question is, and just see if it's appropriate for you to do hypnosis, or go to a Akashic Records reader and see if you can get some clarity behind it. It's quite interesting, I've had somebody who never got along with his father, and found out that his father had shot him in a past life. So that energy was just sort of carried through in this life. So it made a world of difference after that. So you never know what can come of it. I have spoken before on the show about how all of a sudden I just sort of became afraid of water and going on a cruise, and I'm sure that I haven't done the regression for it or looked into the Akashic Records for it, even though I do both. I can't hypnotize myself, but for people that are curious about that, the hypnosis is a very, very deep level of relaxation, and it's not like you don't know what's going on, so don't worry about that. Okay, all right, I've got a caller. Have I got Corey on the line?
Yes.
How are you?
Fine, good, thank you.
That's good. How can I help you today?
Well, I was hoping to have a medium reading.
Okay. All right. Let me just tune. I do have a bit of spirit around. Okay. I've got an elderly lady here who's been quite chatty, and she was talking nonstop, and I had to take some notes so I wouldn't forget. So I'll see if maybe she's here for you. She was telling me she's an old lady, and she was telling me that she was very beautiful when she was younger. She had on a like a crocheted kind of shawl. I don't know if she made it, but it just looked like something old fashioned. I felt very happy around her, and I felt like she was somebody that would give advice to people and be very generous with her time and that. Do you know anyone like that who's passed?
I don't know, and it's possible that it's a grandparent and grandmother I didn't really know.
You didn't know? Okay. So you didn't know any of your grandparents?
I do, but my one grandmother passed when I was very, very young, and my so I don't really remember her.
That's okay. That's fine. There was also, I'll just get her to stand to the side. All right. There is also a man who kind of came running in, and he had a young boy on his back, and he was like piggybacking him as he was running in. Would you know who those two spirits are?
No.
though, because he was quite adamant that he wanted to stay. That's okay, because I don't know who he's for. There was also a young woman, and she looks to me like she's in her 20s, and I could see she was just kind of like sitting on a bench, and she was showing me she used to bite her nails. Do you know who that is?
I'm sorry, she was showing what?
That she used to bite her nails.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have any. Yeah, no.
That's all right. Were you after anyone in particular?
Well, my son.
Okay.
And my sister.
Your son and your sister. What was your son's name? Just a Christian name.
Scott.
Scott.
Scott. Yes.
Yep. And your sister's name?
Kelly.
Kelly.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just see if I can get either of them through. I can see a young man who's coming through. Again, I'm not sure if it's him, but I feel like he was young. He was like 19. Does that make sense?
Well, he was older than that, but not.
How old?
He was 29.
He was 29?
29, yeah.
Okay. Did he have dark hair? This man's got dark hair and fair skin.
No.
No? Okay,
No.
I'll push him. No, okay, I'll push him, get him to wait to the side. Okay, let me just see. There is a female that's stepping forward. I'm not sure if this is your sister. I'll see. She's pointing to her stomach area, and she's showing me issues with her stomach.
Okay.
Past.
Do
you know who? Do you know who that might be?
Possibly my sister. Could be.
Okay. Did she have stomach issues before she passed, or in her life?
Well, she at the end she did have some issues. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll see. I'll continue with her, and we'll see what she has to say.
Okay.
So just give me a minute. I'll just see what she wants to say to me. She's telling me that you sense her around you. And do you feel her around you and you kind of like turn, or you just feel like she's there?
No, not really. I asked her to come, but I haven't really sensed her.
Yeah, she's because I do see that she is around you, and it's like she walks around you trying to create. It's unusual what she's doing. She's trying to create this energy around you so you can kind of try to tune in. She's showing me she comes to you from the left side as well. All right. But you're dismissing things. Do you get any, do you feel any ringing in your ear, or any feeling like that in your left ear? Because she's showing me she's trying to push and talk to you.
Well, I've had tinnitus for many years, well before she was gone.
Not
so.
a medical thing. Yeah, no, that's a different thing. Medical is one thing. Spirit, we'll try to push. We'll try to give you like a ringing in your ear. I know it can be confused like that. So when you take away the medical condition, then you can look at it spiritually. I'll just see what she wants to say to you. She's showing me earrings, and she's dangling them around. Can you connect with the earrings at all?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Look, I've just been told we've only got about 60 seconds to go. What I can do, if you want to contact me through my email at maryvcircle@gmail.com, I'm happy to continue with this as a free reading for you, and we can organise a time.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. No worries. Well, that's what happens sometimes. Bye-bye. A lot of spirit come through, and we have to kind of like work through them and get to the one. But I'm happy to give Corey a reading at a time that suits her. So anyway, have a good week, everybody, and I'll see you next week. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Sacred Insight with Andrea Baker. Live from mindbodynourish.etsy.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Sacred Insight
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sacred Insights. I'm so happy to connect with you all. I'm Andrea Bacon, and we are coming to you today to give you messages from your angels, spirit guides, and loved ones on the other side. You know, a very common question that a lot of people ask me is, what is my life purpose? What am I supposed to do? And they kind of hold on to the answer and get kind of confused and never really allow it to just unfold. So the best thing to do is just kind of allow it to unfold instead of constantly trying to figure it out. In the perfect time and divine timing. And one thing that Spirit wants you to remember is, while we do have our dharma, we have our purpose or how we're meant to serve, but they also want you to remember that no matter what, there is only one of you. Your energetic blueprint is sacred, and there isn't anything else like it. So by you being here, you're living your purpose. By being in the world, your energetic blueprint is shared. It has a ripple effect, and it has a tremendous, beautiful impact out in the world. And so they're saying that even when you aren't trying, you're always creating streams of awareness that others are receiving from you. And help expand that out. It's expanding love to other people. You're shining your light, and that really is in and of itself is a big purpose. So they want you to focus on balancing your energetic body's fields. So your emotional body, your physical body, mental body, and spiritual body. It's going to help your energy in order to be able to have that impact that they're talking about. It's really easy to get caught up in the day-to-day stuff, like stress, running around, doing our regular stuff that is meant for us to do. It's important to do those things too, because we're here. But always remember to, even if it's just for a couple of minutes, connect with them, connect with yourself, your own energy, connect with your team, your spirit guides and angels. By doing this, it helps balance out spirit and our earthly tasks. And that balance is really important. It helps a lot. So sound healing is coming up as something that is very beneficial and effective tool to help balance out your energy. This can put us in a really peaceful, serene point of view. And just to remember to be able to do that on a daily basis. So we're going to go ahead and take a caller. Anissa from South Carolina.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good. Thank you. So what is on your mind today?
I'm just wondering if the people that I've lost that love the most, if they're with me and trying to help me. I've lost several people, and I'm just wondering if they're here with me.
Okay, I'm feeling a female, first off, who feels younger. I don't know if it's an age or just how she comes across as very youthful and energetic and warm, kind of a nurturing energy. And for some reason, I'm seeing a rainbow, just rainbow colors are coming up with her. She might send you rainbows as signs. Let's see. What else here? Okay, now I do feel also, well, I'm seeing a butterfly. I'm feeling a male, so I'm feeling a few males. I'm feeling like a grandfather and then a younger male around. So let me see if I can kind of see what they want to say. You're talking about you having a really important purpose right now when it comes to your connection with yourself and this type of healing that they're wanting you to do, or something that you're doing. So it's like this spiritual path for you that you're on right now. And they're saying to keep up with that, and to keep up with, doing your health routines, whatever that is for you. So whether that is working out or, and eating a balanced diet, they're bringing that up. Having like the basic, drinking the right things, drinking, I don't know what this is, like tea, like herbal teas or something with detoxing. Does that make any sense to you? Or?
No, I don't do any detoxing or anything, no.
Okay. Yeah, they were just bringing up like taking care of your body. making sure you take care of you so that you're not expending out all of your energy and giving to everybody else. It's really important that you're staying present in the present moment, and just making sure that you're taking care of yourself. Like they're saying, like picturing yourself, this visualization of kind of overlooking your life as if you were sitting on a mountaintop looking down on your life. What do you need to focus on? Like that's something that you can ask yourself when you get, confused about where things are headed, or they're asking you to just connect within so that they can help guide you, because they're around you a lot. And I'm seeing somebody playing piano. I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know. I don't know.
And they're also talking about what you need to let go of as far as letting go of resentments, or forgiving yourself, forgiving anybody in the past, especially don't hold things against yourself. Like what are you holding on to that you need to release, so that you can, because something is standing in the way of something that still needs to be healed, basically. And so I think that's what they're talking about. They're bringing, continue working on this path to healing, path to self-growth, and that you're doing a great job, for sure. Just to stick with it.
Okay.
And like focus, like they said, accepting things that happened and then releasing them, so that you're not holding on.
Okay.
And then you can kind of like focus on, the things that you need to do one step at a time, without that perception of past stuff still there in the way. Let me see if there's anything else.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like I'm feeling like something in your heart weighing you down a little bit.
Probably several things. Yeah.
Okay. So they want you to work on that. They want you to just, give that love to yourself. They want you to focus, like just for instance, on that heart, on your heart, and breathe into what's in there. Breathe into the things that you've experienced and whatnot, and focus on breathing into that. And then when you breathe out, you release it. And that will really actually help clear up a lot of stuff, a lot of energy that is still with you.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like keep on your path to health, to I'm hearing oneness with your higher self. And I'm seeing like the grass and like fairies or something. I don't know. So nature or spirit is coming up with you as well.
Okay.
Like walking in a park, doing those things. Do you have like a specific question? We got like 2 minutes left.
Wondering if my friend Trina's okay.
Okay. Would that happen to have been that you think? I wonder if that was the person that was coming through at first. I was feeling a female, a younger, like a.
Maybe.
Okay.
She's my age. She's not really younger. We're not younger, but yeah, she's probably younger in comparison.
Like past before her time type of thing. Okay. Yeah, she's doing very good. She is very, very happy. I feel like an upliftment energy with her. That's how she's coming through now. I assume that's how she was in life, but that's how she is coming through now.
Yeah.
Okay. So look out for the signs that she sends you. It has to do with nature. It could be rainbows, butterflies, creepy crawlies, and like earthworms. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she likes being outside, but she's bringing up a lot about nature and all that. So,
okay.
Yeah. So
I started a new hobby since she passed. I started gardening, so maybe that's it.
Okay. Yeah. That's what it felt like.
Fill my time. Yes, that's my best friend. Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing great. She's sends her love, and she just wants you to know that she is with you and to keep up those things that bring you joy.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for me. If you are interested in getting a reading, you can visit me at my Stan store at stan.store/medium Andrea. You can always email me with any questions at andrea.bacon444@gmail.com. Thank you.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Your Time to Shine with Julie Yeager-Walker. Live from Wings of Souls with Julie.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Your Time to Shine
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening. Welcome to this super full blue moon. I hope you are doing well on this evening and are thinking about all of the wonderful things that you want to manifest in the coming months and in the next couple of years. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first, I wanted to give you some exciting updates. I know I tempted you a couple shows ago about some of the exciting things that I am doing and launching. Wanted to give you just a little bit more information about all that. You can find coming up on my website very, very soon. First, I'm going to be in Portland, in Northeast Portland at the MeWe Metaphysical Fair on September, I have to look at my notes, September 16th. That's a Saturday. If you're in the Portland area, do stop by in Northeast Portland. I'll be doing mini readings as well as I've got some product and some things to share and things for sale. And stop by, put your name in a drawing to have a free 30-minute reading with me. Woo, sounds exciting. Next, I've got going on in October, I've got the Angel Within Retreat that I am co-hosting with my very dear friend and amazing medium, Melinda Heathcote. We have a couple of guest speaker healers coming in for the weekend. We're going to be in Bonnyville, Canada, October 14th and 15th. You can check that out. It's up on my website now. And for another week, we're running a spectacular special for the weekend. And you can find all the details there on the website. It's going to be full of magical healing and transformation and meeting new people and learning new tricks and tools. It's going to be fantastic. And I get back just about a week, and I'll be in Astoria, Oregon, at the Purely Magic Metaphysical Fair, October 21st, from, I believe it's from 4 to 10 in Astoria. Again, I'll be doing mini readings and having some product for sale. And also you can drop your name in for a free 30-minute reading with me. So come check it out. If you are in the Portland area, don't want to miss out on these spectacular shows. Lots of fun and things going on besides me being there, but come and check it out for yourself. And do check out the Angel Within Retreat. I guarantee you will be disappointed. All right. So talking about super full moon, blue moon. Wow. If you got out and you could see the moon last night, as I did, can't see it tonight. We've got clouds and rain here in the Pacific Northwest. But last night was clear and amazing, and it was magnificent. So got out for a little nighttime jaunt around the neighborhood to take in the magic. But tonight is actually the full moon, is actually that celebration. And so before the show, I sat down and wrote out what it was that I was wanting to see in my life in the next, couple months, actually. But you can sit down and you can write out whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you. It, a couple months from now, it could be a year from now, whatever that looks like. Start planting the seeds. The super full moons are a perfect way to do this. They have this magic, magnetic energy, and it is a perfect time to write those out. You can do it in all kinds of different ways. You can visualize it. You can write it down. You can meditate on it, whatever that looks like for you. But take this time. You still have a few hours before the evening is over and into the early morning hours, where you can write down all those manifestations that you are looking to plant the seed and have and come to fruition. So take some time tonight. I know it's late. It's kind of short notice, but I'm sure you already knew that it was upon you. If you haven't been feeling it, whoa, I sure have. Wow, it's been an intense one. All super full moons seem to be. So I've been feeling the effects of that for a few days, few sleepless nights as well. So if you were among those that are feeling the effects, know that you are not alone. A lot of us are feeling that. But do sit down and write your intentions on what that is that you want to have manifesting in your life. Perfect time to do it. All right. Right now, boy, that was a lot of information in a very short amount of time. Do come back and check out the recording, or head to my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. I will be putting all the information up on the website about the events coming in Portland, but the Angel Within Retreat is up and running now. All right, we are going to head to the phone lines. We've got Renee in Maryland Good evening, Renee, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi, good evening.
How are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. What is it that I can do for you this evening?
I'd like to know if you feel my son around me.
Okay. Renee, let me check in here and let me see what kind of a message that he might be able to bring through for you. So as I do this, there'll just be a little moment of silence and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Okay.
So Renee, the first thing that I heard was, Mom, I'm right here. I'm always right here. So he is most definitely around you, trying to get your attention, to let you know that you are loved and that he is around, that his presence is everywhere around you. What he is showing me is that you have felt it, but you've kind of brushed it off as, oh, that's nothing. That was me just wishing upon it, wishing it to happen. And so he's saying, just be open, because he's bringing through messages. He's bringing through things that you would know were him.
Okay.
Okay. It's like he's showing me that he is wanting you to be okay. He's reaching out and he is just wanting to let you know that he's there and then make sure that you're okay. He just keeps saying, I want her to be okay. I want her to be okay. He knows this has been a big shock for you to have to try to digest.
Okay. Okay, well, that answers my question.
I'm glad. Did you have another question?
No, that was basically the main question I had.
Okay.
But
well, thank you so much. You're very welcome. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Sometimes it's really hard for us to be in awareness of our loved ones, and especially if we have lost somebody significant in our life and if they haven't been gone for very long. It's really hard to be in that awareness and be open to the receiving that they might be reaching out to us. And that's okay. You have to be able to give yourself some time to go through the grieving process and go through those emotions. And then once you can get through that, that is when your awareness will open up. That is when you will be able to maybe see or hear or feel or even know that their presence is there. I've talked on the show previously that our loved ones leave us little messages, whether it is through music and song. It could be the chorus of a song. It could be the name of a song. It could be a message on a license plate in the car in front of you, or a coin that you find, or a penny as you are walking to your destination. It could be a feather, or maybe you find yourself passing by beautiful flowers that you know that your loved one would have really enjoyed, or maybe it was their favorite flower. Whatever it is, you have to just stop and be in that awareness be in that present moment, to know that that is a sign from them, that is the gift from them. And then just be able to take that in. Because so much of the time we are in our own world. I know, we're all human, even me. I go through and I'm just in my own world. I'm in my own space. And so it's hard to slow down and slow the mind down enough that we can be open and accepting to the signs that are being shown to us each and every day, because there is something each and every day that they bring forth to us. I know I have a friend that her grandfather comes through on the microwave. All of a sudden the microwave will start beeping and the number 7 will come up on the microwave, which she said for her, the number 7 is not something that she usually puts in there as a time. She has a different microwave that only has 1, 2, 3 minute, right? 7's not even a possibility. And she says that he will come through on the microwave and start putting 7s across the screen. So they have all different ways of getting to us to let us know that they are around. And so we just have to be open to hearing what those signs are and be open to that receiving. We have another caller lined up right now. We have Karen in Ontario, Canada. Good evening, Karen, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Good evening. How are you tonight?
I am good. How are you?
How are you? Not too bad.
Good. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to just find out what's going on in the next 6 months or so in my life, and what changes they see or you see.
Okay. Perfect. Ooh, I'm getting chills on this one, Karen. Let me just tune in for a moment here. And as I do that, there'll just be a little moment of silence, and then I will be right back with you, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Karen, so as I was sitting there, I'm getting chills up and down my body. And I'm getting like fireworks going off. Exciting things are coming, and what they're showing me is that you've been waiting for these changes for a very long time, and it's almost like being in a state of amazement that I've waited so long for this. It's hard to believe that this is really going to happen. So it is going to happen.
Okay.
So
well, that's good.
Yeah, right. I
need something good in my life.
Yeah, it feels like there's been a lot of heaviness, and so what they're saying is like, yeah, so it's like they're opening up the skies, they're opening up that light to kind of fall in and to shine down. Let me see what else that they're saying. Hold on.
I've had a lot of health issues since May, and so I'm currently not working because of it.
Okay.
Things have been kind of tight.
Yeah, what they're showing me is that as far as that job that you were at, it was like it was time to move on. And sometimes things happen with in our lives that kind of force us or force the hand per se, and that's what Spirit's showing me right now. Is that it was time. It was time to go, and sometimes we won't leave on our own accord without a little help. And so it's sometimes very maddening and frustrating. But they're showing me that you've got something coming up, and it's going to be exactly what you have been hoping for.
Okay. Do you see me going back to work, or is that going to be done?
I do. But I also see are you looking at doing a business or a practice for yourself on the side?
No.
Interesting. Because they're showing me you dabbling in some other type of business.
Like writing, or?
I'm sorry?
Like writing?
Like
books,
writing?
or?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, writing.
Okay. It's within this, it's within the spiritual realm and the energy realm of it. It's like, are you doing a lot of journaling right now?
I'm doing a lot of writing, not necessarily journaling. I did start some a couple of weeks ago, but I've kind of put it on hold because of what I'm going through. But I just thought it might be something that, based on what I'm dealing with, that I might start writing something about it, and hope that it helps other people.
Exactly. I was going to say the world needs to hear what you have to say. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Even if down the road you don't publish it or do anything with it, which I'm being shown that you will do something with it. But even if it's not that, it's about you expressing yourself. It's about you being creative, and getting it out on paper. It's very therapeutic. You're also, it's like they're showing me you're teaching people about it. You're teaching people about this experience. And it's very informative, right? I'm seeing some really deep healing for you through this process. So they're saying take that off the back burner and start writing.
Okay.
You can always edit out whatever it is that doesn't feel right, but use this as a tool to get that out. Okay.
Okay. All right.
They're also showing me that, like, you can, not for that project, but just for you and to get you through what you've been going through in the last, year or so, to write it out, right? Write it out, whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever it is, to get it out. Because you are so tied to, like, it'll be a form of journaling, okay? And because you are tied to that piece of it and that creativity piece of it, it's going to bring shifts and changes for you. So when you get done journaling, when you get done writing, just say, thank you for getting this all out, and then either rip up the paper or burn it and then let it go and release it. It's just a form of release. Okay?
Okay. All right.
And
do you have any, like, place that's around? like that passed on.
So you're looking to speak with somebody specific?
What? My dad, my brothers.
Your
I've got
dad.
2 brothers that passed on. My mom. I've been thinking a lot about her lately. And I had a dream about her a couple months ago that I never had a dream about her because we were estranged.
Your mom is very, very, very present. When you said your mom, it was like she came in really, really strong. So she came through to you in a dream because she's unable to get to you in your waking life, right? Your everyday life. And so it was a chance for her to get in and talk to you and essentially be seen, right? So that's what we call a visitation. Okay. She's saying you need to get on that writing. That, you know, you're too creative. You have way too much knowledge not to share that with everybody.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have gained a lot of knowledge in what I'm dealing with.
Yes.
Including I didn't know anything about it before. So yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I will work on that.
Yeah. And do it now, because once you get into another job, you might find it a little bit more challenging to find that time, but still carve out that time, even if it's 10 minutes a day. Okay. Find that time to carve it out.
Okay. I will do.
Yes. This new job is going to bring you a little bit of shift and change that you're needing. They're showing me it's going to bring in clarity for you. Maybe some aha moments, because what it's going to do as you start this new job, as you start this new endeavor, it's actually going to be a relief. And so as you feel that lightness, then you're going to be able to open up to more possibilities, whether that be spiritual, emotional. So it's just going to lift off all of the things that are weighing very heavy on you, and it's going to allow you to be able to see past all of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, big sense. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else that I can do for you this evening?
No, I think that was the biggest thing, was just what's going on right now. So I think you've answered a lot of my questions.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Okay, thank you very much.
All righty. Have a great night.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. That was fantastic. 2 amazing callers calling in this evening. Do check out my website. I am booking into October already, if you can believe that. My September and October are very, very crazy busy. Do check out my website and check in on the Angel Within Retreat. And if you are in the Portland area, I'm going to be at quite a couple of different fairs in Portland and in Astoria. So that's going to be very exciting. Come see me. Come enjoy all the metaphysical fare. Lots of vendors in Astoria. There's going to be food and some music and all kinds of different things that you can partake in. That's right on the pier, on the Columbia River. So you will be able to enjoy that as well. And remember, Tonight is the full moon. You've got one more night, maybe of a sleepless night, but hopefully after tonight, that energy pull from that super moon will release a little bit and you will be able to rest a little bit better tomorrow or maybe the next night. I'm looking forward to that. It seems like after a full moon, it takes me a day or two to get back on track with my sleeping habits. So I am looking forward to that. And whatever you do this weekend, we have a 3-day weekend here in the States for Labor Day. And many of our kids go back to school. So kind of like the last hurrah of the summer. So I'm hoping that whatever it is that you do this weekend, you find love and joy, and get a little bit of rest after this super full moon. Would love to hear from you. You can reach out to me on my website at wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. Have a wonderful 3-day weekend to all of those who are living in the States. Enjoy your weekend and be safe. And we will see you next week.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D. Lady D. Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is astrology and psychic reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week ahead. So this year, with this week with the planets, we do have, finally we've got Venus, which is out of retrograde now, which is really good, and then which happened 4 days ago. So it's still kind of stuck. It's still very slow. It hasn't sort of moved forward. It's still just hovering around, but it will start to gather up speed and start moving forward in the sign of Leo. We're still dealing with the Mercury retrograde as well. That's been causing things, haywire and technology issues and things just not being right or perfect. But I feel like we're all sort of feeling kind of a bit drained and feeling, like we really want things to move forward. And this is a very rare event where we've got so many planets sort of going backwards, because now we do have Jupiter that's also gone to retrograde as well. I don't really mind, and when you go back into your own chart, if you know your chart, and you can see when things happened. An astrologer that I was watching the other day was sort of saying that nothing happens to them with the Jupiter going back into retrograde. But for me, when I go back in time, I actually got a job when Jupiter is my second house as it is right now, and I actually got a job when Jupiter was in retrograde. So, and I actually got a pay rise, which is what I would expect with Jupiter in the second house. So for me, I guess in my personal circumstances in my life, Jupiter retrograde hasn't really affected me that much. And it's something that you do go back and when you look at your own chart and you can see and you can track things. And everybody's different because we've all got different placements, and we've all got the way how the planets work and energies work. It's always very different for other people. And it's, and you can pick up when certain things are going to happen. I was looking at a chart the other day, and they had, which I thought was very rare at the same time, they had like Venus retrograde overing their natal Mercury, and then as a transit, Mercury was retrograding over their natal Venus. So that was to me a very rare transit, and I knew that person that something was going to happen with that transit. So it is something that you can look at it and you see. I'm just going to do some cards because I feel like also we're all wanting the same thing. We all want to be happy, but at the same time, to make the happiness happen, but we don't know how to do that, or we're not ready yet to make that happen for us. So it is something that I feel like as a collective, people maybe a little bit struggling, or that you're in your head a little bit, I feel like this week. But we're all wanting to, I feel like we all want the same thing, and that's more that happiness. We all want to be happy, and we're all searching and looking about how we can be, happy. And we're all trying to be patient, but at the same time, we're also feeling a bit trapped or a bit also, I just feel like we're all in our head. There can be still a lot of relationship issues that are coming up here with people as well, what they're struggling, or even in how they want to decide and how to move forward in their own life. But I also feel like people now, it's like loyalty is a big thing, and they want comfort, loyalty, for warmth as well, but also keeping things very close. Like people not divulging everything. They want to keep things close too, and feel security as well. That's where I feel like we're coming up for this week. And I feel like expectations are very high too, and we are receiving a lot of downloads and a lot of connections, and those connections that we're building up even stronger as well. Let's look at we've got the caller here. So we've got Amber, who's in Seattle, in Washington, in America. So hello, Amber.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
How can I help you
I
today?
was hoping that maybe you could tell me about what's going to be happening with my social life.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look with you. I just feel tired. I feel really tired, and I feel like I'm sort of dragging my hands on the ground. So I just feel like it's a bit of an effort. Like I want to be more social, but maybe I'm just a bit tired too. I'm also trying to juggle things
Yeah.
as well. There's a lot to juggle up. Are you very young? Are you in like in a university or college? Forget what it's called over there in
No.
America. Okay.
No,
So
I'm 45.
oh, okay. It's all right. So I could see like a small room, and I thought it was like one of those little like a dorm room. Um. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. But I'm waiting for things to pick up in my life. I'm waiting for excitement to build. I'm waiting for um something to come up. I really do feel like around the holiday period when getting up to Christmas, it is going to be very busy for you in terms of social aspects. But I feel like I can't shake the tiredness that you have as well. Um, so I don't know if it's just you being tired, like you got too much on your plate, or whether or not it's a health thing. I'm not sure, but I just feel like there's a lot of tiredness going on around you, and I feel like that my plate is a bit full. So I do feel like I do got a lot going on, but I just feel like the festive season is when, or even around Halloween, is when things are for you going to start picking up. But then it's like I'm kind of in demand. But I also see a friend or this a female around you who's pulling you to go out and to have fun, or pulling you to go in the same places that they're going to as well. It's like a group of people, but I'm seeing a female who's trying to pull you in the arm.
Yeah.
Okay. I also see a male, like I want to hang out with a male as well. I see a male that's tall, slim build male that I want to hang out with too. And I feel like it's with a group of friends or when I'm out, it's a group of people that I want to hang out with as well. But I just feel like it's like a lot of indecisiveness with you. Just feel like indecisive.
I've been depressed.
Yeah. Look, I'm just going to say, but I just feel like by October, when the holiday season starts, is when things are going to pick up for you more, your social life. It's up to you to go out there and to be more fulfilled, but also you just want like before, like loyalty and comfort as well. Also feel like trying to find my group or trying to find my tribe is a thing for you too. A group of people, whether it be like a group, whether it be like a social group or some sort of like craft group. Like I'm trying to find my tribe or the people that I fit into as well. But yeah, you'll be more social. You'll be more social as well. It's like with this card standing out to me. You are trying to be. It's like you're also trying to pray or wish. It's like to me, it's like praying or wishing, or just wanting like some answers as well from a higher purpose.
Yeah. I need a motivation. I'm going through existential depression.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I feel like so it was that you got depression. Yeah, it can be very hard. I just feel like that, and it's not something that you can be snap out of either with you. I just feel like, but once you make that decision, you will go out. It's like I don't know, it's like a snap decision that gets made with you as well. I do feel like there may be a change in how you're dealing with that. Whether it be like a medication change or there's like just or you sort of find someone that has a different perspective on how to get around things too. But I also feel like when you're around certain people, you also come out of your shell, or you're able to also like I just feel like I need to be around people who I feel secure with, who I feel protected, and who I feel are going to surround me with more positive energy than anything that's like negative. And it's just trying to find the right person. But I do feel like there's a change this year. But I also feel like around next February, you're looking at a different approach and how to deal with anxiety or with depression. You're looking at different tactics as well.
It's,
Thank you.
but yeah, it's community. Do you have any other questions?
No. Oh, yeah. What's going on with my with me and my ex? Well, sort of ex.
Okay. Got my cats here joining us. Okay, so you okay, I do see someone. I do see that skinny man at Mail, and I don't feel like he's your ex. I feel like he's someone new that I can see. I feel like he's ready to meet you, and he's going to help you to come out of your shell. I kind of feel like with the ex, I'm trying to close the book. I'm trying to close the book on that on him, but at the same time, it's like I can't, or the book's not completely closing because he keeps on trying to open up the book. So I feel like it's one person is ready to be done with the relationship, the other person is still not wanting to let go or wants some more to say about it. I kind of feel like, and I feel like it's really hard because I do feel like someone's heart is still attached to this as well. And it's not so much about breaking free. It's about, I feel like there's a lot of things that need to be realized or discussed about why things didn't or they aren't working out. I just feel like there's someone new who wants to be with you. And I just keep on seeing this tall guy, skinny tall man, and I see him like he's out in this other social group and he keeps on putting his hand up saying, I want to be with you and I'm new. And I do feel like this person, it is fun and he does put a smile on your face. He does find things like cute. He will do things that are, I feel like, different or unique. And I do see him just trying to cheer you up and trying to make you be happy as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. That's okay. No worries. Thank you. So we've had an amazing show today, and I think everyone just needs to pick me up and just need to be able to. We're pushing through, and I think it is the retrogrades, and we're just pushing through as best as we can, and we will get there in the end. But if you'd like to contact me for a reading, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, and my Facebook page is the same. My Instagram and TikTok is Lady D Psychic. And my YouTube channel is Lady D or Danielle Psychic if you can't find under Lady D. So thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.